everyone. Welcome to Toyota Talks. This is Parnian from Downtown Toyota.
And I'm Jim.
Today we're here and we're going to be really practical. We're going to talk about all of the questions that you guys have about how to choose a vehicle, how to use the Toyota.ca, how not to get overwhelmed by trims, options, and online information. I'm going to go through some questions and some concern that always you guys have and talk to it about Jim and see what kind of guidance he has for us. Jim.
Yes.
I have like several customers that when they arrive to our dealership, they have lots of concern and they are practically lost a little bit, and they get stuck. When someone say, "I don't know what Toyota I need," what do you actually suggest?
Well, most people at the beginning they started with the wrong questions, so they have to prepare themselves before they come to the dealership with the right questions. So for that, they have to just go through a certain steps and find out what exactly they need to do and which model is the best for them and which model is suitable for them, for their family and their daily usage, and if they live in the town or they live in the suburb. All the questionnaires is available for them, so we can guide them today, and like they can start asking for themselves, and also when they come to the dealership from the sales representative they are going to deal with.
So it's not about the chasing the top trim, it's about the right trim.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is about what fits your lifestyle. Okay. So, as I said, you got to see, do you live in the town? Do you live in this small city? Do you live in a large city? Do you live in the suburban? And how much commute do you do as a daily basis? How big is your family? How is your parking spot? And do you need a small car? Do you need a large car? Do you need a mid-size? So you have to find out about all these questionnaires, and then you choose your vehicle and how long you are going to drive the vehicle as well.
Let's make this super actionable. So imagine someone is in a zero stage. What's the first step you recommend?
Well, the cleanest way is first is to go to Toyota.ca and choose your vehicle under the Toyota.ca, and then look at all the vehicles we are carrying in Ontario and basically in Canada, and then you choose it. See, based all your needs. If you need a small vehicle, do you need sedan? Do you need a mid-size? Do you need a large size? So do you need a SUV? Do you need an EV? Do you need a hybrid? So you need all these things you ask yourself. And then when you look at the line of the product we carry, so you can go under the vehicle and choose the vehicle you wanted, and then look at all the options is available under that vehicle and how many packages it is, and then you can go and look at it with each packages, what options is available for you, you can choose, and then you can just decide which package, which vehicle, and which one is suitable for you to drive.
So, okay, this is the part that people normally miss. Jim, if you had to ask a customer only 5 questions to narrow the right Toyota, what would be?
Well, first off, the first is you gotta choose, you gotta start with the model of and category of the vehicle you're looking for, as I mentioned it before. And you gotta see, again, how large is the family? Is this the only vehicle in your household? Is it the second vehicle you're buying, or is it the first vehicle you're buying? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Do you carry them all the time? Or is it the daily basis? Do you commute in the town? Or do you do highway driving? So you gotta ask all these questions from yourself. And also you have to find out how much mileage you put on the vehicle.
So the right vehicle in, for example, downtown Toronto is gonna be completely different for someone that is living in Barrie or up north or somewhere like
Absolutely.
that. Okay, so let's get back to powertrain. Gas versus hybrid versus plug-in hybrid versus EV. Powertrain is where lots of people get confused. How do you explain in the simple terms?
Well, in powertrain is, first of all, again, we get back to the beginning of the last question. So is you have to see how much commute you do every day and how much kilometers you are going to put on the vehicle. The vehicle you are going to choose, if you are using a lot of city driving and you are commuting like more than 50 to 60 kilometers a day, so it's perfect, you always choose the hybrid version.
Exactly.
But if you are driving like 10 kilometers a day and you are not commuting a lot and you are mostly in the highway, or you are living in the suburban and you're just using the vehicle for your personal use, not going towards work and home and like doing the shopping, going like to do the leisure and visiting people. So all these things, so you might, if you don't do any of those things, so it's just the gas consumption is always better for you.
So in terms of, for example, the plug-in hybrid and the EV, I know the most important thing when we get back to the question, do we need even plug-in hybrid or EV? It's the charging station. I understand that, because that's the most important factor that is actually, it's tell us that it makes sense for them to get plug-in hybrid or EV. So what do you think, like, what is the quickest way someone would know if plug-in hybrid is better for them or the EV vehicle?
Well, it depends what plug-in hybrid you're choosing. Is the variety of the mileage you can get from the plug-in hybrid is, the range is between 63 to 75 kilometers, like in a full charge on the EV mode. And the full EV, you can get up to 400, 410 kilometers on a full charge. But to choosing any of those, first is you have to see where you live and where you work. Where you live and where you work, do you have the charging station available to your needs? Okay. Because don't forget, a lot of people lives in the apartment or condominium, and all those buildings they build it like prior to 2017. A lot of them, they have not having a roughing for the building for the charging.
Exactly.
So that's going to be a little bit tough and rough for them. So there is no need for them to have the EV or like the plug-in hybrid.
So we match the powertrain basically on the lifestyle of the person and where they live to be like quick form and safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so in terms of trims and key features that actually matter, once they have the short list, how do you recommend they compare trims without getting lost?
Well, first is they have to see the options are available on the packages. Is it needed for them? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes people, they don't need certain stuff, but they love to have the luxury.
Exactly.
So that luxury is the extra money. So are they going to use it? Do they need it? So do they have to pay extra money for stuff they don't need it? Or it's just like for have fun and to have it in their car? So they have to sit down and think about it and talk with your partner and see if you are going to use any of those options available to your needs. So if you do, yes, you can choose it. But if you don't need it, don't waste your money and just get something lower and suitable to your needs.
What's one mistake you see a lot that people overpay for it? Or I don't know, like what is the like common mistake you see in your customers in this 25, 30 years that you're doing this?
These days, a lot of vehicles, even on the basic vehicles, there's a lot of safety features available on the cars. Those safety features is started from the base model to the luxurious model. But when you go to the luxurious model from the base model, so is add additional safety product.
Yeah.
So those additional safety products, so I personally think those additional safety product is always good to have because it saves you somewhere.
Yeah.
Somehow. So those
sometimes
things,
in insurance, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because some people, they say, oh, I don't need a blind spot. They go get a quote from the insurance, and when your car doesn't have the blind spot, I had actually a customer that had this issue between a Corolla Cross L and Corolla Cross LE, which is like not too much of a difference, It's just a blind spot that L doesn't have and LE has. But the difference between the insurances was $400. Can you believe that?
It does. It does. There's a lot of factors for the insurances, like in purchasing the car or leasing a car. It brings your insurance lower, which is in an upcoming video, so we are going to have it. So we're going to explain about those.
All-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, all of this.
Absolutely. There's a lot of features is available, a lot of options. You can add it to any of the options you choose. So you can, extra options, so you can just bring your insurance. Is also towards your safety. But one of the products we have it like when I talk to a lot of customers, when I explain it to them and they don't know about it, and they say, oh, I really need that, is just like, for example, is a rear cross traffic braking.
Yes, that's actually very helpful.
The rear cross traffic braking is when you're reversing the vehicle, and if you're not paying attention, there's a wall, there's a post, there is a bicycle of your children is parked in your driveway.
Yeah.
There is a whole bunch of, there's pedestrians coming, and you are not attentioning to that, and the car would stop.
Yeah.
So it saves you a lot of hassles and the problem.
Exactly.
So now, when you have that, yes, you have to go to the higher package for that. So when you go there, so it's all to your advantage.
Exactly. That is actually very useful. So it's about the must-have first.
Yes.
Nice to have second.
Correct.
That's very
exactly.
important. Okay. Choosing a Toyota store and pricing transparency. After someone has their short list, they ask which dealership and where should I purchase my car. What is your advice normally?
First of all, you have to go online and review the dealership you are going to purchase your vehicle, and look at it, see all the Google reviews, all the good news about that dealership, how they treat the customer, how people are comfortable with that dealership, how their service department is, how their sales department is. So you got to review all those things and choose your dealership. And when you choose the dealership, at the meantime, you can choose your sales rep as well.
Exactly.
You can look at the sales rep online through the Google review, who has the highest Google review, who done what, and read the fine writing of the notes people they put on the Google review.
Exactly. And most important thing is the transparency that not many of dealership has that. At Downtown Toyota, we're upfront and transparent, and we actually don't have any extra fees, and we don't charge any dealer fees, which most of the Toyotas do charge the $999.
Absolutely.
And it's even advertised on toyota.ca. But us, because we wanted to be very upfront and we wanted to save time for our customers, we simply removed that to save the hassle. The last thing I wanted to go through it with you, how we help customer to finish their decision. So when someone does their homework on toyota.ca and narrow down to few options, what happened then? Like after they contact us, what happened then? What we should do? What is our responsibility? What is our duty to do?
Our duty is when the customer comes in, they already narrow down and they are down to 2 or 3 different vehicles. And now as a sales rep, we have to sit down and start narrowing that 2 or 3 vehicle to one and help them to choose a right product for themselves.
Exactly.
And we explain it to them how to get there. And then when we choose it and we get to that point, what's the right choice? So we have to go and test drive the vehicle, and they find out the vehicle they are going to purchase, is it good size for them and the family, or is it perfectly fitted in their driveway? Is it perfectly fitted in where they are parking at work? So there's a whole bunch of factors, so we are going to just walk them through
Sometimes,
guide
Jim,
them.
I saw this because we need to ask some question from the customers. People get uncomfortable in terms of us asking some question, but actually that question is not us being nosy. It's just we want to choose the best vehicle to suits their needs. What do you think? Like, are we asking wrong questions, or is it just a trust thing? Is it been always like this? Because I'm in this business 2 years. I really don't know as much as you. What do you think?
There is no wrong questions, but I don't think there's a wrong questions. It's just you have to prepare yourself for the right questions. So you have to find out. You have to basically gather all the information you needed from the client and write it down in front of you and talk about those things and find out. Well, what I personally do always with the customer, I always tell them right at the get-go, and I said, I'm so sorry, I have to ask you certain questions, and I hope it's not
Uncomfortable for
you. So,
this
and
is
if
what
it
I
is,
do
so
nowadays.
and
too.
people, they really trust you already. They sit down in front of you and they trust the dealership, they trust the salesperson. And now when when they see you are asking the right questions, so they know you're really helping them.
Yeah, they understand that.
So they would understand that.
Okay, Jim. Thank you.
My pleasure.
If you want to start on Toyota.ca and narrow down all of your options and everything, we're more than happy to help you, walk through you from the next step. You can call us and reach out to us, and we can take you to the next step for the test drive and helping you narrow down all of your options.
Be with us until the next video.
Thank you.